Oh, sorry. Let's start that. Awkward.
Got me hot. Yeah. Got me hot.
We're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
Welcome to another edition of Bro Talk Live, the best show in late night for you by us. Bro Talk Live, always on the Mark main man, Jason, in the director's seat. As usual, thanks for tuning in on another Tuesday night with the crew. Jimmy Kimmel, I think we're competing with him tonight. So we'll see if we get higher ratings than he does in his stations that he's being boycotted from across the nation. Dex, what's up?
Dex here, super excited to be here. Go Cowboys. That's all I got for you guys today.
Oh, what's going on with that?
I'm reinstating it. You know, they're getting ready to play. What's that team called? I forgot the name of the team, but they're getting ready to play the team with that guy. What's his name? The quitter. The
quitter.
Scoundrel.
The
What's his
scoundrel.
name?
He got traded.
I forgot
He got traded, Dex.
Because he was causing a ruckus. And I just want to go on record by saying thank you, Jerry Jones. I feel like Jerry Jones gets a bad rep in these streets, and I think that we need, as Cowboys fans and as American citizens, we need to say thank you, Jerry Jones. Jerry has put his life on the line for decades to make sure the Cowboys remained America's team, and that is why he has Netflix documentaries every other year. Jerry Jones is the man, and we thank you for your service.
What is that about? Okay.
Whoa.
Oh my God. Are you selling on something?
Really weird. Whoa, yeah, right.
Tyler got what up?
Is he about to marry you? Like, he's not going to date you, bro.
He's trying to get one of them $100 million contracts.
No, right? We're going well. Things are going well. Our intro messed up a little bit, but are you really live? If that doesn't happen every once in a while.
You know, that's how you know we're live.
This is a live show. Like, stuff happens. Yeah, we're ready to start our show. I'm chilling, having a good week.
All right, E-Man, what up? How you doing, bro?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Live from Barcelona, man. Yeah, having fun over here.
Your background's a little loud, so if you could mute whatever's going on there and the festivities going on in the background.
It's the neighbors, man.
We're not. Ty, why would you say that?
You see, that's what I'm talking about. You hear that?
You put it down at the bottom of the screen.
No, we don't.
You hear that siesta going on across the street?
Ty, this is your doing.
I set myself up for that one.
I try to protect you. You don't want it. All right, we have a live show to get to, including maybe one of the most dangerous hookups in the history of potential hookups. I'll explain a little bit later. That's what you call a little tease. But first up, Dex, what we got?
Politics as usual.
Pay attention.
I know what.
Politics as usual.
What are you doing? Why weren't you paying attention?
I was sharing the live out so people could watch the show.
Oh my gosh. You can't do that like within the window. You have the first slot of when we introduce people.
Dex, how warm is it over there? Like, aren't you hot in that jacket?
No, I'm not. It's actually freezing over here. And I'm freezing cold over here, actually.
All right. Laughter has to stop. ABC abruptly pulled Jimmy Kimmel Live last week, same day as our show. After Kimmel didn't make smart remarks like we did, but he made sharp comments, some people would say, about conservatives exploiting the assassination of activist Charlie Kirk. Now, the way we did it was a little smarter than what Jimmy Kimmel did. I think I lost the graphic here. I'm not sure what's going on there. Sorry about
We're
that.
getting pulled down.
They coming after us. All right. Well, that doesn't. Oh, here we go. There we go. We're back. It came after the FCC chairman Brendan Carr, a Trump appointee, warned that affiliates could lose their broadcast licenses if they kept airing the show. Nexstar, which owns nearly 30 ABC stations quickly followed suit, calling Jimmy Kimmel's remark ill-timed and insensitive. Now, Disney initially called the suspension necessary to cool tensions, but after several days of what they described as thoughtful conversations with Kimmel, the company announced that the show would return tonight after our show. Still, that return has been rocky because Nexstar and Sinclair, two of ABC's biggest affiliate groups, who are also right-leaning to say the least. My God, Sinclair has people giving editor reports on how good Trump's doing after every newscast. It's insane. But they've left Kimmel's reach and his ad revenue diminished because they own a lot of the stations surrounding this. The political fallout has been just as fierce. Democrats are calling this a blatant war on the First Amendment, demanding that the FCC chair, Brennan Carr, resign, pictured here. And some Republicans, like Senator Ted Cruz, haven't heard from him in a while, have warned that their own party, silencing Kimmel, sets a dangerous precedent that could just as easily be turned against conservatives in the future.
It's interesting. Brendan said, well, gosh, they slandered Charlie Kirk and his family. You know what? If they slandered him, there's already a remedy. There's a remedy of defamation. ABC could be sued. And by the way, you get a defamation lawsuit, you could pay millions of dollars. Let that process play out. I think it is unbelievably dangerous for government to put itself in the position of saying, we're going to decide what speech we like and what we don't, and we're going to threaten to take you off air if we don't like what you're saying. And it might feel good right now to threaten Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
But when it is used to silence every conservative in America, we will regret it. And so, again, I like Brendan Carr, but we should not be in this business. We should denounce it. It's fine to say what Jimmy Kimmel said was deplorable, it was disgraceful, and he should be off air, but we shouldn't be threatening government power to force him off air. That's a real mistake.
Wow. Ted, Raphael, making a point.
Go ahead, Lion Ted.
We'll never see Ted again.
Meanwhile, President Trump has been clear about where he stands, doubling down on the idea that negative coverage of him should be, quote, not allowed, and suggesting that networks should lose their licenses altogether.
When you have a network and you have evening shows and all they do is hit Trump, that's all they do. If you go back, I guess they haven't had a conservative on in years or something, somebody said. But when you go back and you take a look, all they do is hit Trump. They're licensed. They're not allowed to do that. They're an arm of the Democrat Party. Thank you, everybody.
They're an arm of the Democrat Party. Trump going there. Do you think, though, this is a power play meant to kind of shock and intimidate people? Or do you think this is something that we should expect moving forward in this political environment where comedians, journalists, and networks face real government consequences based on, what people say on air? What you think?
I don't think that this is anything new. I think this is just the other side getting their comeuppance on this situation, because in 2018, when Roseanne, who was on ABC as well at the time, she called Valerie Jarrett, who was an aide of Obama's at the time, a Planet of the Apes character. That's what she called, and then she was fired. And there was people on one side who were like, good, she should have been fired. There are people on the other side that was like, no, this shouldn't have happened. This isn't right. And that's the same thing that's happening here. I think the problem that we have in this country is that we're fine with censorship as long as it aligns with what we want it to align with. And now that it's Jimmy Kimmel, there's another side who were probably happy about the Roseanne stuff. That's like, oh no, this is not okay. But it's like, you were fine with it then. So like, what's the issue with it now? So like censorship, like Ted said, across the board, like if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. If you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it.
Ty, do you think we should expect more of this? I mean, I know you've kind of been dreading the end of democracy for a few years now, but do you think this is just the latest play in a greater plan?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, this just feels different from, like, I get what Dex is saying with the Roseanne situation, but this is a little bit different than that. Actually, listen to Jimmy's comments, because at first I was like, oh yeah, that was kind of, you shouldn't say that, but I didn't actually listen to the comments. I just like kind of heard commentary. And his comments were, in my opinion, not snatch down worthy, like snatch your show down worthy. Like you saying essentially that Donald Trump is using this situation and doesn't care about this person. And you play an interview that says, Donald Trump, how do you feel about this? And Donald Trump points to the fact that his ballroom is finished. as you know, before he even had an opportunity to even feign mourning. I think that that's very telling, and I don't see why a person wouldn't be able to point that out. Maybe not. It's hard, like maybe not to say it in a comedic way, but it's hard to play anything with Donald Trump without it being comedic.
I get that.
Donald
Yeah,
Trump
I get that.
Is a fool. Like how? What else? But I think that he's well on his way to using the powers of the FCC to start censoring people who are giving him negative press. And I think that that's a really, really big problem. He's already kicked out. Like he doesn't allow certain press people to, like he's already on his way to doing this. So I don't, like, this is not the same thing that happened to Roseanne. This is the president of the United States only allowing favorable press to come his way and favorable comments and favorable coverage and threatening people's livelihoods if they decide to go against him or to say negative things about him. And Charlie Kirk is just being used, as we knew would happen. He's being used as a tool, like a tool to push their agenda. Like these people, and now I'm going to go on record and you can shut me down. These people don't care about Charlie Kirk. And I don't care what they say. None of these people care about him. Donald Trump least of all.
Right.
So they're going to sit around and pretend they care, but they don't. They're just using him to push their agenda, and that is all they care about. They care nothing about this man. They care nothing about this man's family. And that is really the tragedy, because they used him and they used him to push their agenda, and they're doing it better. Like he's more useful to them now than he was before.
Right. Eric, takeaways from Jimmy Kimmel getting kicked off a week ago and now making his way back, although he will not be airing in certain, markets. Like, for instance, Sinclair, I think in Baltimore, they don't own ABC, but they own Fox 45 or something like that. Like, it's one of those that they own.
Propaganda machine.
They are a propaganda machine. Are you excited for his comeback?
I mean, I'm not really a Jimmy Kimmel fan. I
Really?
really don't really watch. I really don't watch the show, but
Shocking.
I mean, I think it's a precedent. I think it's a dangerous precedent when we start censoring programs of this nature. I mean, the first on the chopping block should be Fox News, because they slandered Obama for years, and nobody has said anything about them the way they were doing it. Trump was out here bashing everybody that wasn't for him for years. So, I mean, I think it's a dangerous precedent if we just start censoring people and stations and people from saying how they truly feel. I think everybody has the right to express themselves.
Even comedians, Dex? You think so?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said from the beginning, this was something that has always happened. I can disagree, but I don't think it's separate from the Roseanne thing. I get it. It is the president at this point, but at the end of the day, censorship is censorship. And I think that we, in early 2000s and prior to that as well, there were so many words that you weren't allowed to say, so many things that you weren't allowed to do. And we allowed this stuff. We were okay with it. We pushed this stuff. We allowed this narrative to go on for quite some time. And now that the shoe is on the other foot, people are upset about it. And that's what's happening.
It was not on the other foot. I don't want you to think that this is the same thing as
we can agree to disagree. We can agree to disagree. Well, actually, you can agree to disagree.
So,
I can agree that
no way we're going to sit here and pretend that what Donald Trump and them are doing is the same thing as like someone getting on TV and using the N-word, or getting on TV and using racist and disparaging marks against people based on.
That's not the word that they said you weren't allowed to use. There's other words that you won't even use. You won't use these words because you think they're bad words.
Anyway, so that this is by, like, I love that, like, Donald Trump and his people do want to sell this as the same thing, but it's not. It's a part of their overall plan. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, what they're doing is beyond anything that anyone has ever been able to accomplish. So we're not about to pretend this is the same thing.
I mean, yeah, it's an all-time sort of run of diabolicalness by the Trump administration. And once again, they're in hot water for medical misinformation. At a White House event, he told pregnant women not to take Tylenol, claiming without evidence, of course, that it causes autism. Experts slammed the remarks as reckless, of course, and dangerous, of course, pointing out that decades of research show no proven link between autism and
well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen.
medical groups say acetaminophen is still considered safe for use during pregnancy when needed, and autism researchers warn that this kind of rhetoric only confuses families already searching for answers. But Trump says there's no downside from removing it from your medicine cabinet, except for the fact that it won't help you with your pain.
Don't take Tylenol. There's no downside. Don't take it. You'll be uncomfortable. It won't be as easy, maybe, but don't take it. If you're pregnant, don't take Tylenol. And don't give it to the baby after the baby is born.
Who would ever take medical advice from somebody that said to inject bleach into yourself to get rid of COVID? Who would?
I love how
he's a weird thing for me.
We're not done. We're not done. Okay. Let me finish the story. Todd's ready to go. Meanwhile, in Florida, a man named Routh, remember him, who was accused of shooting or trying to assassinate President Trump at the golf course. He was convicted of trying to do that last year. He was convicted today for that. Prosecutors say that Routh spent weeks planning the attack, even aiming a rifle at a Secret Service agent before being stopped. But here's where it gets more surreal. Routh represented himself in court, questioning only 3 witnesses, while prosecutors, of course, for the government, rolled out nearly 40. The jury deliberated for just 2 hours before convicting him on all counts. Moments later, Routh tried to stab himself in the neck with a pen inside the courtroom before marshals dragged him out. So here we are, on one hand, a president telling women to ignore doctors and believe debunked myths, and on the other, a man accused of plotting a presidential assassination who I guess thought he could lawyer himself out of it himself. Which decision was dumber here? Trump taking on Tylenol and linking that to autism, or this man representing himself trying to beat a case against Trump?
I think him representing himself was smart.
Smart.
Why waste the money on a lawyer? You were going to get the exact same result. You were going to have a sophisticated lawyer who was going to say all this fancy jargon and do all these things, and the case would have looked the same, but you would have gotten the same end result. And he knew that. So I might as well make a spectacle of the whole thing. Like I might as well make it like what would be the purpose of a lawyer?
With a bang? That's what you're saying? Oh,
no
pun intended, by the way. I don't want to get thrown off the air. I didn't mean that. I didn't. No one caught that but you.
I know. You have an opportunity to plead insanity now because that's how you look. And so now you can do some. Now you can get a lawyer. Right now it's a good time to get a lawyer because they can now maybe and have a different end result, like an institution of some kind or insanity. Like because if you would have had a lawyer there, you would have gotten anything. So good. I think that was smart. Trump, on the other hand, released the files.
Acetaminophen, you fan?
I think what Trump did was like genius. To be honest,
genius,
because to be honest with you, I didn't realize until I became a parent how serious this conversation about autism really is. Like I knew it was always a conversation that was out there, but like in these parenting groups, like literally if your child blinks twice, they're like, they got autism. Like everything when it comes to autism, it's actually insane to me. And Trump used it because he knows how these people go or whatever these conversations go, and he used it to distract from the Epstein files. So now people are talking about this and they're not talking about the Epstein files again. So I think it was genius. He gets a 10 for me for this one.
10 out of 10. Now, of course, Dr. Oz is behind a lot of this. Sorry, Ty, I don't mean to step over you, but I just wanted to give you some additional supplemental information. Dr. Oz, as part of this, is hawking a new drug that has, the same impacts, quote unquote, as acetaminophen to relieve people of headaches and stuff like that.
Let that sink in.
Yeah, so he's gonna be not selling it, but approving prescriptions, I guess, that you can get this drug.
So don't take the Tylenol, but take this medication. Like, to me, I don't take medication at all. When I'm sick, I don't do medication. I don't take pills, right? If you're saying to people, don't take any pill at all, just push through the pain or whatever. I get that. I can understand that. But you can't tell people not to take one form of medication and then push another one down their throat. Like, that's just not how this is supposed to work.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, what I guess my question would be, like, what made them get up in the morning and then gather up the press people to get up and just start screaming about Tylenol?
You know what it was. You know what it
like
was.
You're
every week time they said Jimmy Kimmel's coming back on. They said, okay, we know what causes autism. Like, next week it'll be something else.
Like, whenever you're
get something,
like, they're going to sue the pants off of you. Like, why? They're gonna. I mean, that's such an easy win for the company. That's like ridiculous. And they named them, not even like they're a brand. Like there's lots of people who, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't say pain relief medicine. He said Tylenol. It's like he opened his medicine cabinet and he said Tylenol is right there. You did it. You caused the baby's autism. Mind you, there are plenty of women who have autistic children who've never taken a Tylenol. So, like, what causes that? Then they'll say it's the vaccination. So, like, it's always something.
Of course. Eric, any thoughts?
Yeah, we're just going to say the guy that tried to represent himself took Tylenol and now he got autism. He's dumb as shit.
That's a good comment, actually.
That's what I'm going to say. But that's crazy though. That's good. That's crazy.
Just real quick for the visual lookers, can you go back to the picture of the man? His shirt is like lifted up in the picture, and I swear it looks like an image of his face on his body. Like his stomach looks like his face. Like it's the same picture.
It does. That's funny. Poor guy. I hope he enjoys his remaining years.
Yeah, Andy Dick is crazy for that.
All right, new controversy. Another controversy surrounding President Trump. His border czar Tom Homan. Reports say that he was caught on tape in September of 2024 during the final months of the Biden administration during an undercover FBI sting operation, allegedly accepting a $50,000 bribe in exchange for promises of future government contracts. Now, Homan was already known to be the incoming border czar by this time, so this is around the time when he would have been accepting, bribes, allegedly. Democrats on the Judiciary Committee are demanding that the recordings be released, causing it a brazen cover-up. But the White House is pushing back. Spokeswoman Carolyn Levitt, that woman, dismissed the allegations, saying that Homan never took the money and that this was a politically motivated sting operation from the Biden Justice Department. Here's what Caroline had to say in defense.
Caroline, so too on the Homan investigation, can you just speak to, did the president ask the Justice Department to close the case, and does Homan have to return the $50,000?
Well, Mr. Homan never took the $50,000 that you're referring to, so you should get your facts straight, number one. Number two, this was another example of the weaponization of the Biden Department of Justice against one of President Trump's strongest and most vocal supporters in the midst of a presidential campaign. You had FBI agents going undercover to try and entrap one of the president's top allies and supporters, someone who they knew very well would be taking a government position months later. Mr. Homan did absolutely nothing wrong, and even the President's Department of Justice, even Kash Patel's FBI, looked into this just to make sure. They had a number of different prosecutors and FBI agents who looked into this. They found zero evidence of illegal activity or criminal wrongdoing. In the White House and the President stand by Tom Homan 100% because he did absolutely nothing wrong, and he is a brave public servant who has done a phenomenal job in helping the president shut down the border. Mary.
So that is the White House position. She's really good at making up stuff on the spot.
Man,
lies with a straight face.
She is worth every dime, ain't she?
Damn.
As soon as she started, I was like, I want to be the White House press secretary. Let me look up to see what I have to do that. And they just say you have to get appointed by the president, but you don't need a Senate confirmation hearing or anything. So they just like you and they put you in there, and you could do that. I would be so good at that. I'd be like, you need to get your facts straight before you come at Mr. Trump. I'd be so good at it. Get with me. Get with me.
I don't think you're what Trump is looking for.
I doubt it.
I get a first term. No, I guarantee he would have hired me the first time because he cared about black people in the first term. Now he's like George Bush, but like I would have killed that. I'd have been so good at it.
Ty, what's your reaction to the White House dismissing this story?
The FBI set up a sting and they caught him doing something wrong, and they're going to pretend now that it didn't happen. And that's what they do with everything. He obviously took the money. He's not going to return the money. I think the only thing that annoyed Trump was like, why would you only take $50,000? Like, out of it's like $50,000. You're causing us a stink for that kind of money. And like, I think Trump is probably annoyed with that, but he definitely did it. I mean, he's on tape. Obviously, he did it. He just nothing's going to happen because they cover any and everything.
All right, Dex.
I'm with Ty. He ain't lying. I do think that's exactly the reason he's pissed, because he's like, you could have taken more money. Like, why would you not take more money?
I mean, it's a good point. Eric. Do you think that? Is corruption even a bad thing for the Trump administration at this point? Isn't it kind of expected? Like,
it's expected.
You keep it pushing.
It's expected and approved, and I agree with Ty. Man, he took that low ball number. That ain't even 6 figures, man. That's crazy.
It was just one they caught him with. Doesn't mean he hasn't taken more, but it is what it is. All right, that is that for politics.
I can't breathe. Will anyone fight for me?
Dex, I don't want to see you rolling your eyes again because last
last
week I had one and I didn't do it because I knew you were going to roll your eyes. So this week we definitely have to do one. Sorry for the depressing part of the racist segment. Tonight we begin with a story out of Michigan that raises serious questions about race, discipline, and justice in our schools. 11-year-old Sexyy Red saw a classmate bring a gun to school. Instead of running, he stepped in, took the weapon, removed the bullets, and likely saved lives. But instead of being praised as a hero, Sexyy was expelled for the entire school year under the district's zero tolerance policy. Sexyy's mother says that the punishment brands him as a criminal before he's even had a chance to grow. And for many families of color, this case feels painfully familiar. A young black child punished harshly for actions that, in context, may have been protective or even heroic. So this story forces us to, I guess, address, zero tolerance. Is it being applied fairly, or do you think it's another example of how racial bias shapes outcomes in things like schools? Ty.
I'm sorry. I don't know why you said Ty like that.
You just gotta go.
I would realistically, zero tolerance is a bad thing. I will say that. You always should take into account what the details are that are going on. I would need more details on this situation.
So he didn't he didn't report the person. The reason they expelled him, he didn't report the person who had the gun. He also refused, like he had the materials on him, like when he turned it in, like he's the one who had the stuff. So he turned in the gun parts, and then he wouldn't tell the people whose gun it was because he was, I guess, trying to protect whoever it was or didn't.
So then I don't know why are we looking at this? So you can expect to be expelled if that happens.
Okay, so you think if it was a little white boy Dex, this would have been the same outcome?
I don't necessarily
know. For me, absolutely would have been the same outcome.
From how I understand the story, like
that's why we say racist.
The kid gave him the gun in the bathroom, and then he took it to class and took it apart. He put the gun in the heater and threw like the bullets in the garbage can or something like that. What are you doing? Like, what exactly is happening here?
He has a very extensive,
history with guns because he used to go hunting with his grandfather. But I'm sure your grandfather didn't tell you. If somebody gives you a gun in the school, you put the gun in the heater, you throw the bullets. I don't think that's how that worked. And the mom knew this information and still decided to speak out about it. You probably should have shut up.
Okay. Wow. Eric, don't you think he should be awarded? He's heroic for saving kids' lives.
Well,
at the
let's
end of
just
the
be
day.
very clear though. Nobody was in danger
Why was no one in
Nah,
danger?
because the kid gave
Loaded
him the
gun.
gun. He gave it
mean,
to him. So if you weren't gonna do nothing with it, nobody was in danger.
I mean, the devil's in the details. I mean, if he, it's kind of murky though. I mean, I understand he didn't want to snitch on his classmate, but what's to prevent his classmate from just bringing another gun to school and doing the same thing over and over again? I mean, obviously the kid has something wrong with him. You know what I mean? If he's
So you
bringing
think he
guns
should
to
have
school.
reported it? I get it.
Yeah, I mean, he should have did it the proper way. He should have. I mean, I understand taking the gun away from the kid or whatever, but he should have took it to the school office or whatever, or the proper thing they do to it. Don't throw the bullets in the trash and put the gun parts in the heater and all of that. That's crazy.
Because to me, you're saving it for later. Like you planning to do something.
Yeah, that's actually insane to me. I got that story has made it like that they've spun this story like this, and I think this type of thing gives like people ammunition when it comes to like, oh, see,
No pun intended,
like
no pun
this is not yeah, no pun intended, right? This is not okay. It wasn't handled well. The mom should have, like, you raised your kid in no snitch culture, and I understand that because that's a thing, but like certain things you got to tell my boy is like pretty much understood, even in the no snitch culture, that like somebody bringing a gun to school is something that I'm going to need to report, because there's obviously a lot going on with whoever that other kid is that decided to bring that, and the fact that other kid had access. Like there's a lot of questions that need to be answered here, and I just don't. Obviously, he's a kid, but it wasn't handled properly. Do I think he needed to be expelled for the school year? I mean, I think that's what can be debated here. But the fact that he got in trouble has nothing to do with racism. I think that's appropriate.
So
also more on this story too. She tried to get him into another school, and they wouldn't take him, and that is a little murky to me because like. I get it. He was expelled from this school. So you could say he was expelled because he brought a gun to school. But as far as, which I know that's not what happened, but like if you don't know who else did it, then you did it. You brought it to school.
That's not what that. You can't just say if you don't know who else did it.
If you're not going to tell me who gave you the gun, then you're telling me somebody gave you this, but you took it apart and put it in these other places.
Okay, so now everybody gunning. I got it. No, before
y'all got nothing else to go off of. You didn't snitch because there's nobody to snitch on. You brought that gun. You have a history with guns and stuff like that. You brought that gun to this school. That's what happened.
Don't accuse that boy of that.
I do think it's kind of like I do think at some point this kid has to be accepted into a public school in Michigan, right? Like, isn't that how that works? Like, he's a child, so he has to be put into a school, and for no school to accept him, I think is problematic.
That's what I want to ask Todd. But like, once you're expelled from one school, aren't you expelled from all schools in the district or wherever you?
The district is responsible for educating you, period. So if you're taken out of the public school, the district is still responsible for educating you. They will pay for you to be educated elsewhere.
Thank you, Cole. Realistically, if it was a white kid, he would be.
This is not true. I mean, this is.
Reported the student who reported the gun.
We're not doing this.
I think if he was a white student, I don't think he would have took that gun and put one piece in the heater and threw the other.
We're not doing this. We're not.
To me, I don't think this is a race thing at all. I think this is.
Well, Cole, just for the record, Cole is a white man. So just for the record,
Cole probably didn't hear the whole story. he probably just saw the headline.
Thank you, Cole, for your opinion. But no.
Yeah,
at all. Not how it would have happened. Being a white kid and having a gun in school is going to get you
not having a gun, disassembling a gun.
Having a gun
that you got from nobody. We have no idea where this gun came from, but you disassembled.
Having a gun in school and not telling people where you got it from is getting you the school boot. It doesn't matter what color you are.
That's not a race thing.
There's a lot of racism happening in the world. There's a lot of racism happening in all types of places. We don't need to make stuff up. There's plenty of racism to go around. So
you guys have this. You guys have thrown away the racism charge.
No, but I think if he would have properly just took the gun and took the gun to the proper people in school, I don't think he would have got kicked out of school.
If they say where this gun come from and you say I don't know or I can't tell you, you would have got kicked out because I think you brought it in.
Why would you just bring it in then?
Why did you? I don't know. You tell me.
No, like, why did you bring it in to turn it in if I
Right,
just brought it
right,
in?
right. Why would you
what would
bring
be
the
the
gun
point
in
of
and
that?
just turn it in?
You probably didn't want to get caught with it, like he said. I didn't want to have the gun on my person. Because who was gonna? Okay, Jason. If that by the same dynamic, why would somebody else bring a gun to school and be like, "Here, I want you to have this. Like, here, let me give you this gun."
And how are you a hero dismantling a weapon in the school and leaving it there? Like, what if you didn't get caught and someone else sees it later on? Like, is that having the
But they're not gonna find. They don't know where the other pieces are.
You would tell
you
them.
like drop the pieces all around in different spaces around the school?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a
he put the
scavenger
gun in
hunt.
the heater. They put the bullets in the garbage can.
Yeah,
Okay, we can get more bullets. I got my hands on the gun. Like, that's not a good idea.
yeah, but not today.
That's a little extra.
Hey, maybe you just think. Kids, they don't think long term. They just think in the
He
short
definitely
term.
wasn't. That's for
You
sure.
know. So, look, I wish him the
He's a
absolute
kid. I don't
best.
want the- I don't think his
I
life-
personally don't believe that he brought the gun into the school. But if you guys,
I'm not here to debate that. Like, what my main point here is, his color has nothing to do with this response.
Okay.
This is a very typical response that will happen to anyone who has a gun near a school.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with his race.
Let it be
There's
known.
enough racism happening in the world. We don't need to make stuff up. We can point at plenty of things where Black people were mistreated in schools and everywhere else. Please bring me a story that I can actually empathize. This
And
is not-
before we move on,
you hear that, producers?
Before we move on, I have to ask one clarifying question, because I need the answer to this question before we move on. Jason, do you think this is racist?
Look, my 35% is saying if I flipped it, I'm with
because
Cole.
after a while, I'm like, he's letting us talk about this for quite some time, and I can't put my finger on why. And then I said,
curious.
He thinks that this is racist.
Look, I put the question mark. All I do is I'm a presenter. That's all I do. I don't have a tape. All right, that was racist for the week. Got to protect our children. Speaking of protecting children, Diddy's in jail. Hide your wife, hide your kids. Diddy, upcoming federal sentencing isn't just about the law. It's become now a parade of celebrity character witnesses. And some of these letters to the judge, let's just say they are raising eyebrows. More than 70 letters have been sent in. They're now all public somehow. They're asking the judge for leniency. We've seen appeals from family members, friends, and music industry colleagues, but two stand out, not for their legal impact, but just because of how kind of, I guess, out of touch these people are. One example, rapper Young Miami, aka Carisha Brownlee. She dated Diddy for several years towards the ramp up to his prison sentence. I guess you can call it that. And she released a letter to the court. I'm going to read it in her own words because it was very special.
Well, it's not her words, but you're going to read it.
No, it's her words. It's her words.
I doubt that, but okay.
We'll see.
Every word was spelled correctly on here. Just want to put that out there.
Dear Your Honor. First off, we start with Dear Your Honor. So that's why I say she might have wrote this. Dear Your Honor is crazy. My name is Carisha Brownlee. I'm a mother, daughter, sister, and hip-hop artist who has spent many years in the public eye. I want to be clear that I cannot speak on or defend anything that may have happened before I met Sean Combs. I do not condone any wrongdoing. I can only speak from my personal experience and the man that I've come to know over the past 4 years. For 3 of those years, I was in a public relationship with Sean. During that time, I witnessed and came to know a different person than the one often portrayed. Behind the scenes, he was loving, genuine, supportive, and always encouraging. He motivated me, believed in me, and helped me grow both professionally and, okay, it's moving too fast. He helped shape me both professionally and personally. He believed in me, pushed me to grow, and taught me how to be a better businesswoman. One of my most meaningful memories was when he took me to my first Met Gala. It wasn't just about the event. It was about what it represented. Sean has always made it a priority to open doors for Black people, to make sure we are seen, heard, and valued in spaces where we have historically been excluded. That night reminded me that we belong in every room, at every table, and in every conversation. He constantly encouraged me and so many others to dream bigger, walk in confidence, and never shrink who we are to make others comfortable. He also gave me a voice by providing a platform on his network for the culture and connect with people in a way that was real and authentic. She's talking about Carisha, please. She's using Carisha, please, or she would talk about with Megan Thee Stallion about her vagina and say that that is a reason why P. Diddy should be released. This opportunity changed the direction of my career and showed me the impact one person can have when they choose to uplift others. Beyond all that, I've seen him get back to his community over and over again. In 2022, we fed the homeless together on Thanksgiving. He did all this other stuff. In my personal experience, Sean is not a danger or a threat to the community. He is a man of God, someone who uplifts, supports, what you know about God, and inspires those around him to be better mentally, physically, and spiritually. But more than anything, he's a father, and his kids are the ones who look up to him the most. They need him. His presence, love, guidance matter deeply in their lives. I truly believe that he belongs at home with his family, the people who mean the most to him, and who will continue to be his greatest source of purpose and strength. I think she wrote that.
I agree with that.
Judge,
I agree with that. She definitely didn't
man.
write that.
Judge, that's a good man. Thank you.
I think she wrote the very first line, "Dear Your Honor," and the very last line,
Judge,
Judge,
that's a good man.
He didn't even write the thank you, Carisha, but she didn't even do that part. But I will say, though, one thing that really stuck out in this letter to me was the part about the Met Gala, when she said he took her to the Met Gala. So it's like, it's impossible that he would have done these things like that he's been accused of, because he took her to the Met Gala. And I remember seeing him on the Met Gala red carpet with her in 2016, 17. And oh, wait, no, that was Cassie, who sued and was a part of this lawsuit. Got it. Never mind.
Well, this is the last one he took to the Met Gala was Carisha.
Yeah. But 3 years, Cassie's gone to the Met Gala with him. and you think that mentioning that we can look up and see this evidence of him going to this Met Gala with her, and then seeing the things that she accused him of in this case, and you still wrote that letter and press send. Got it.
Judge, that's a good man.
And Dex, you know, Daphne Joy ripped up her letter after she read that. You know, she just...
Well, as soon as the judge said, "So, dear Your Honor," they said, "What the? Who wrote this?" Next,
Dallas Austin, music producer, also weighed in, writing, quote, "As a friend, I look at the positive influence he had on the music business. I think back at the time I was in London and found out he was in Italy, so I met him there. I think back on our conversations of how to become better men. He specifically asked me how he become a better person and how he could give back and get involved with community in Italy. I think these were the beginning thoughts of his prep school. I can remember us going to different churches of different denominations. I often refer to this as our spiritually guided weekend." So that's what Dallas Austin.
He ain't no better. He's a woman abuser too, so he ain't no better.
Allegedly.
Well,
no, he's convicted.
These letters, of course, say more about celebrity privilege and bubble world thinking than about accountability. The judge has to weigh the law, not who got invited to the Met Gala and who got a surprise trip to Italy. So here's what I want to know. Do these personal letters even matter? Do they humanize Diddy in a way that's fair for sentencing, or are they irrelevant?
What I will say about these letters, as if I'm in this situation and these other letters you have to offer, don't help me. Don't help me, because I don't think these letters. I think these letters are going to keep you in jail longer. Like, do not help me.
Darren, I missed it. I don't think that these letters are going to be helpful. Not the two that we just saw. I don't think they will be helpful. However, the way this case ended, though, I don't even think the letters were necessary. I think that Diddy won this case, to be honest with you, and I think that we forget about it a little bit just because
when he got convicted on some stuff.
Yes, he did, but the larger charges that he people wanted him to get convicted on, he did not. And I think that we forget because it's been quite some time, and they still kept him in jail for whatever reason. I think that it clouds our judgment a little bit because we just remember some of the crazy stuff, but we don't actually remember how that verdict rolled out. So while I don't think these letters help, I do think Diddy is coming home. No pun intended, because he has a song called "I'm Coming Home," which he is.
Eric, do you think Carisha helped or hurt Diddy's case with that letter?
I agree that they don't matter, and like I've been saying since his conviction, Diddy is not coming home. Diddy is going to do at least 2 to 3 years in jail. He's not. He's not going. They're not going to let him out for time served or any of that. He's going to do. He's going to get some time.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Under what grounds are they actually holding him right now? That's what I don't know.
I think they're saying he's like a flight risk and stuff like that, like because he has like access to a private jet and whatnot, so they don't want him to leave before sentencing.
It's already been precedent that he's the first person to ever to be convicted of these 2 crimes and not be released before sentencing. So he's not going to come home for time served. He's offered to put up millions of dollars, homes, everything, and they still haven't let him home. Diddy's going to remain in jail at least till 2027.
Nope. Eric is wrong.
Really? All right. Okay. We gonna put something on it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, time will tell, gentlemen.
Well,
2 weeks.
October 3rd.
Yeah.
October 3rd. That's the day. That's the day of reckoning.
Which is that a Tuesday? I hope that's a Tuesday.
That's a Friday.
Oh.
I hope that's a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I'm not hearing anything.
Am I missing something, or what's going on, guys?
Right. Where's the moderator?
If this doesn't happen, are you really even live?
Oh, I'm sorry. I had myself on mute.
Was you silly?
Oh, were you talking?
Yeah, I was doing the whole story. An AI-generated artist named Xania Monet just signed a $3 million record deal with Hallwood Media, a deal most human artists can only dream of. Behind the project is Mississippi songwriter and poet Talisha Jones, there in the middle, who created Xania. I think Xania? I don't know. It doesn't matter because it's AI. Using AI tools like Sono, backed by people like Timbaland, while still writing the lyrics herself. The music is a mix of AI-generated vocals and live production, and it's already working. Her single, How Was I Supposed to Know, hit #1 on R&B digital song sales, and another track, Let Go, Let God, crazy, is climbing the Billboard charts itself. Here is the first song that I mentioned there. It's called How Was I Supposed to Know.
I thought pain was part of being chosen. If he stayed, then the hurt was worth holding.
I think the lyrics are stupid, but
shit, I thought them lyrics they clocked it. That was so good. I like the lyrics.
No, they did. Like,
that was good.
Man Trauma, like it's an AI single. Come on, do better. So lazy. But not everyone's celebrating. Kehlani blasted the move, saying an AI artist does none of the work, and warning that these systems can create full songs without crediting anyone.
Nothing and no one on earth will ever be able to justify AI to me, especially not fucking AI in the creative arts, in which people have worked hard for, trained for, slept on the floor for, fucking got injuries for, worked for their entire lives. I'm sorry. I don't respect it. Fuck.
Kehlani was not happy about it.
Before we go on this, can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What's the difference between Xania Monet, this AI artist, and Mariah Carey in 2025?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Mariah Carey don't do nothing. She stands there. Like, she might as well be an AI artist. So I don't like AI, but I also am like, okay, whatever.
I'm curious of how they're doing it. So, like, the girl who wrote the Who's getting the $3 million? Number one, the girl.
She's the creator is getting the $3 million.
And then are those her vocals, the creator's vocals, or they're not her vocals?
No,
they're not her vocals. No, they're AI vocals.
AI vocals.
Yeah,
but like her singing them, but then they like AI them up.
No, I think
she feeds the vocals, maybe tunes up the melody a little bit, maybe hums something, and the AI takes it and creates the vocal.
So the girl,
hold on, would you say that as dope?
That's so interesting.
So what I'm trying to understand, the girl writes the song,
yes,
and then she gives it to, she writes it in the computer.
Then she writes the song, imports it into the software. The software takes down the song. She might do some mastering, some editing to clean it up a little bit, and then she sends it off to whoever she wants to sell it to. That's what she does. And then she makes a video with this character with a different platform to make music videos, and yeah, this whole operation.
So basically, she's a ghostwriter. Like
yeah, you can say that. Ghostwriter for AI.
For an artificially created person.
Yeah,
I mean the
creator. I mean, she's creating the image, she's creating the word, she's creating the melody. Maybe not the melody, but she's creating the word. And
she's maybe creating the words.
She's maybe creating the words. She's inputting the words. Put it that way.
But I mean, she's writing the song, correct?
Maybe.
So
maybe that's what we're saying. We don't know. AI can write songs.
I mean, this is an interesting thing. I think it'll have its market. The real artists are trying to fight against it or stop it from happening. They're just like the professors who wanted to stop ChatGPT on college.
Wow, you call them bitter betties.
Like they're gonna cheat. Like it's like, oh, you should have the skill. I agree, you should have the skill. I'm one of those people that think you should have the skill. But like stuff like this is the move for, and it's not going away. Like I feel like the younger generation doesn't care about having this.
SZA says, I hate AI. If you F with me, please don't make any AI images of me or songs. People and children are dying from the harm and pollution AI energy centers are creating. A stupid photo is not worth polluting and harming underserved communities. Thank you. P.S. Please know every time you use a prompt AI something in a forgotten community is suffering. Eventually the effects will reach everyone. By the end, it'll be too late. So SZA also not a fan.
SZA's probably right though, but
no, she is right. I actually am working on a project currently, and I paid a person to do work, and they sent me back AI images, and like it's disturbing actually, to be honest with you, to get something like that you can tell that like a human being did not put effort into it. They just threw it into a computer system. Anybody can do lazy work like that. I don't respect it.
Okay. All right. Let's move on just because we're running late. Sexyy Red is making headlines again. She shared an AI-generated photo of herself pregnant next to NBA YoungBoy. And this isn't the first time she's made it clear that she wants to do something with NBA YoungBoy. She wants a baby with him. She's doubled down on that comment and popped out at his concert and even reposted the whole "Get Me Pregnant" line, saying "Cat's out the bag." And the other photo there on the right, that's the real photo they took together. She said, "Get me pregnant." Who the F just said that? And someone said, "You playing?" And she said, "Never that." It's in a different comment, not here on this screen, but she did say she was serious about it. So my question for you guys, they're both wildly successful in their careers. They both have a reputation. There's no insight that NBA YoungBoy is interested in Sexyy Red, but she's clearly interested in him. So if these two were to have a baby, good idea or bad idea?
Bad idea.
Why did you say bad idea? Bad? Bad idea.
Oh, thank you.
Look,
we have enough of whatever they have going on.
If she's throwing it at him and he catches it, I have no issue with what these people got going on. Have at it.
Eric, good idea, bad idea. Child between Sexyy Red and NBA YoungBoy.
Dax, say the disclaimer, Dax.
The views and opinion expressed by Eric do not represent those of Bro Talk Live or the rest of the panel. Eric,
if these two people have a baby, good God, good Lord save us, help us all. This would be, oh my God. Can you imagine that little child running around whatever city they live in with this child from NBA YoungBoy and Sexyy Red? And we talking about the ghettoest of the ghetto. Like this oh my God. I would lock my door. I swear, boy.
As soon as the baby boy, you would lock your door.
Yo, to have that child running around in my city, good Lord. From them two, oh man.
Well, if it helps at all, and the views and opinions of Dexter do not represent anybody else on Bro Talk Live, but if it helps at all, it won't be the city that they are living in, because if she gets pregnant by him, it won't be a group effort to raise that baby. It'll just
what you mean? He gonna be in the house.
What, they gonna give it to the state?
She'll be by herself raising that baby, just like she's by herself raising her current babies.
Dexter.
All right, I'm gonna move on. Jason, next story, please.
Thank you. Okay, with that, thanks, Dex. Let's move to Q&A.
I got a question. I got a question.
Do you have Dexter does it or no?
Well, I do, but I can do Q&A if you want me to. Oh, Ty can do it. Never mind. Go ahead.
Look, we don't know anything about Sexyy Red's raising her child or not.
I'm not.
For all we know, they have a happy 2-parent home.
And so if they had a happy 2-parent home, then why is she shooting her shot at NBA YoungBoy? Then they don't have a happy.
They're not together. They're not together, but they might have a co-parenting sort of situation lined up.
Well, they got to, because she ain't never home with the baby.
You never see that.
Oh God, Dexter! Like,
I'm sorry. I hate when he did it because he be baiting me, and I'm trying to clean up.
I'm a hustler. Ask about me. That was our song back in college.
Ask about me.
It could ask. It could ask about me. I'm a hustler, homie.
All right. I think some outside perspective. My 7-year-old has this. What is that?
Labubu.
What is that?
I'll send you a picture.
How you don't know what a Labubu is and you work at a school?
No, is that a thing?
It's like a Beanie Baby.
It's like a new Beanie Babies. Yeah, they're like everywhere.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, you have a child.
If you don't know, they're collectible.
Your daughter don't got no Labubu? Oh, she might be getting teased. How you better get your daughter a Labubu? They think she broke.
She's never asked about this. I've never heard of this before.
Oh, it's the ask her if she know about it.
Just say Labubu. I bet she should be like, oh, you got me one?
Yeah, right.
Toys that kids and honestly adults go nuts over. I've never heard it. I mean, he brings his to school all the time, even though I've told him it's risky. Here's the issue. His Labubu has gone missing multiple times. Sometimes it's lost in the classroom. Other times it just doesn't make its way all the way home. But then a few days later, I'll notice another kid showing off what looks like the exact same toy at recess. My son swears it's his that got stolen. But now I'm starting to wonder, are other kids swiping it, or is my son trading it away for Pokemon cards or slime, then crying theft when he regrets it? I mean, maybe. My wife thinks we should just ban toys from school altogether, but part of me feels like I should step in, especially this was because Dex is like parenting God, especially if there's a real theft involved. At the same time, I don't want to go full Sherlock Holmes over what might be my kid making bad trades. So what's the play here? Do I confront the teacher and parents about possible theft, or do I let my son face the consequences if he's secretly dealing Labubus on the playground like a tiny toy hustler?
I'm a hustler, homie.
That was an interesting one. Guys, what are your thoughts?
You better not confront no people over that Labubu. Look, if you, the only thing I would say is if you can get something special like a black Labubu that don't nobody got, or something that's like super custom, that's the only way you can really know for sure. Because you don't want to, because what's going to happen is you're going to look like a weirdo when you go up to some kid that you think has your child's Labubu toy, and their parent literally just bought them the same toy, and they're going to look at you like a creep and crazy, and they're probably going to escort you off the premises. So I don't think you should confront any children.
I just want to go on record saying I'm looking up this Labubu thingy, and I've never seen this. I've never heard of this. I've never seen anyone ask for one. I've never heard of this.
Look up its Q rating right now. Labubu's on top of the world.
I think that first of all, excellent question. This is the kind of stuff I like. I don't want to hear about 11-year-olds dismantling guns in school. I want to hear about this. This is interesting. The only thing that question I have though is like, why do you think that your son is doing the trades? Just because, like, I mean, everybody has this.
Because he coming home with slime and Pokemon cards that he didn't go to school with. That's probably why.
Then I maybe ask the child if that's what's happening. But don't do it in a confrontation. Just ask, like, hey, are you doing that or whatever? And then also, like, I think that like with Labubu, it's like you can buy different outfits. So like I would probably dress it in a way that's very like distinct, ideally, and then kind of go from there. That way you'll definitely know if you see
that you got a little Labubu on your book bag.
No, I'm ordering my baby one for her birthday though.
I'm just
Bella got a Labubu upstairs. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Those things are like $80. They're so expensive.
Let me go see if I can find it. Hold on.
I have elementary school kids. I've never seen this in my life.
Yeah, they're doing like birthday parties and everything now. Like they're like the new Elmo, to be honest.
She's literally never even mentioned it, never asked for one, because she would have had one if she asked for it.
They're just truthfully, I heard about them first through adults. Like I heard adults talking about them before.
I'm not going to bring it up because then she's going to want it. How much does this crap cost?
They're different prices, and then there's a lot of knockoffs and fake ones too.
I'm going to get her to knock off.
I think the knockoffs are the ones that are $80. Eric, what do you
sell these things on Amazon? Where do you have to order? $70?
Yeah, it's actually they're expensive.
Oh,
sorry.
This one's $114.
Yeah. And then you can buy different clothes and stuff for it. Like it's a thing.
This is one your kid needs, the one with the crown on it.
Send it to me.
She must have hit hers.
Just real quick, parenting advice. I guess I would really ask my kid what was going on, and if my kid says they stole it, that someone stole it from me. I mean, personally, I'm just gonna like inquire. I am gonna launch an investigation personally.
You're going to launch an investigation
just because, like, I'm not gonna have my kid in school getting stuff stolen, and then I don't respond because I don't believe her. Like that is never gonna be a thing.
You think it makes you look like less of a man?
Yeah, that's
me allowing my kid to get something stolen from her because I don't believe her is insane. Like it's never gonna happen. Like I would rather be salty first to find out later that she's a hustler through my investigation. I'm not. You prove to me that that's what's going on because I don't believe it. My baby says that y'all ripping her off. Y'all gonna find her stuff.
Go ahead, Eric. What'd you say?
My kids are a little older than y'all. So, you know, I would have had a conversation with him in the car when I saw him taking it. What's it called again? What is it called? Little Boo Boo. First of all, I'd have been upset he wanted to take a toy to school named Little Boo Boo. But anyway, we would have had a conversation in the car. I'd have been like, yo, don't take that to school. And if it gets stolen, I don't want to hear shit else about it. You should have you should have been watching your stuff. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? That's your fault, buddy. You should have been watching. You should have been watching your stuff in school. I told you don't take it to school.
So everybody else can have it at school, but I can't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because I said so. That's the problem. I'm the parent. You're the kid. You do what I say. There's no negotiation. Y'all negotiate with your kids. That's the problem. I don't have no negotiation.
Ain't none.
There's no negotiation. If I tell you don't take it and you sneak it in your book bag and it gets stolen, don't say nothing else to me about it because I told you don't take it in school.
But once you find out that it was stolen, whatever, while of course you told them not to take it, you are going to go to the school and try to figure out what's going on with it, correct?
No, because I told your ass don't take it to school. That's on you, bro. That's one less thing I got to worry about.
What if you had a daughter? What if it was a girl? Would you feel the same way?
I have a daughter. That's the same shit go for her. I told her don't take it to school. Don't take it to school.
Like
hold on, Dex. It's a blanket statement. It applies to both genders. It's not. It's both genders. It's not.
Like y'all said, same thing would happen to a white kid or a black kid. Same thing happened to a boy.
I don't think you should be telling your kids that they can't take stuff to school like that. Like, why? It's not a gun. It's a labubu. Like it's a toy.
Yeah. See, that's why shit happens. That's why you're gonna be up there trying to act all crazy.
Baby.
Yeah, jumping in some kid's face about a labubu.
So I'd rather jump in the kid's face. I'd rather jump in that kid's face about the Labubu than tell my baby what she can and cannot do.
I'm not jumping in the kid's face. Number one. Number two, my school. I mean, my kids' school don't even allow them to bring toys. Thank God.
Ty, we all know Dexter's gonna jump in some little kid's face. And be
I need to know what
He gonna snatch it out their hand too.
Because I'm gonna write
my daughter's Labubu.
So like I'm gonna write her name on the bottom and say, "Let me see," and then I'm gonna be sorry. The name ain't gonna be there. I'm gonna say, "Here."
It's gonna say Dennis. You gonna have to give it back.
Take it. And don't tell your father.
All right, Ty, wrap us up.
And they cost $80.
Yeah, they expensive.
Some are more than that.
I was just curious and looked. I saw one for $115. So apparently, they're quite expensive. But if you have a Labubu and you want us to investigate who stole your child's Labubu, please write us at www.BroTalkLive /questions. Jason.
So press record and let you feel me.
Sorry. All right. The category for tonight is No Way Out. So these are people, clips of people who are kind of stuck in a peculiar situation, right? So video number one we have, it's called Barely Made It. Barely Made It.
Oh my God. How do I shut this?
I think that was very nice of the bear to wait for them to leave before he kept moving.
I also love that woman grabbed the babies too, because a lot of times you see these videos and these people running, don't worry about the babies.
Not them babies right there. I was waiting. I was like, wait, that was great.
Bear.
You see it?
That kid said bear coming. He said bear coming.
He's no hero.
He's no hero.
But how did the kids see it before the parents? And the parents were sitting closer to the bed than the kid was.
He was
running the mouse. They're running the mouse.
Yeah, bumping them gums.
Mm-hmm.
That little kid said bear coming.
Bear.
He got low, didn't he? He got low too. Didn't he?
No, that first kid said bear, but the little baby said bear coming. Listen to him.
Yeah.
Bear
I'm talking about the older brother. He threw the ball and he said bear coming while he was running.
Yeah,
he was running saying the bear coming. He was like bear.
All right, next up we have cruise control. Woman who gets stuck in a terrible fear. You get stuck in a water slide on top of the water, the raging waters on a cruise ship.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
How does that happen? I don't get it. Like, how did that happen?
How did she get turned around? She must have went down the wrong way. Because it looked like she was descending but trying to go back upstream.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
I would be hyperventilating. She's calm.
How they get her out?
Maybe
how they get her out?
Maybe she's still in there. No way out.
They open that latch and just let her go in the water.
Because obviously the water ain't gonna get her out. So how they get her out?
You know, just kept throwing buckets of water down there until she wrenched out on the other side.
I think they're gonna need more than a bucket. They're gonna need a hose or something.
She was stuck. All right, next up we have Down Under.
Oh yeah, definitely We're getting stuck.
1 kilograms in the front.
In the front?
In the front, yeah. Slow, attention. Yeah. Okay. It's good.
Oh my god.
So they made her sit in the front because they needed more weight on the front end because they were stuck underneath of there. Could you imagine?
She thought that was so cute. Look at me.
She did think that was cute. I was about to say she thought that was cute. I'd be pissed off.
It just really annoyed me how she just kept looking at the camera and smiling. What are you smiling for? That's not cute.
Well, y'all know if y'all would have been in there, that boat would have had plenty of room.
I wouldn't be in there.
I believe you wouldn't catch me. So you call me fat if you want to. I'm not gonna worry. Don't worry about me. I wouldn't be there.
That was a lot.
Not going under the bridge in Italy on a little boat.
Nah, I'd rather not do that.
No, I'm not. I don't need that type of adventure. Getting stuck in a gut. Never mind.
In a way.
That's not an adventure to me.
Okay,
clear. And I'm not gonna drive no boat with my body. I'm not Fred Flintstone.
You wasn't driving it. They just needed the weight.
No, I don't want to do that. If you
I
can't
like to go on machines whose engines are efficient enough to move them about as they're supposed to.
It was just
they lean it all into the side. Like no, it's all crashed up against the wall.
Everything's in the back. It kind of leans up. The top leans up, so you got to distribute the weight to the
That's
front.
not my problem. I won't be on.
Just don't go under the bridge next time. All right. Next up, we have finally we have Buzz Lightyear.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child places.
Oh, could you imagine having to go through all those? Yes. They had to go through that mountain of bugs. No telling what those bugs were.
So reverse it back so we don't have to go. Like, come on.
They had to be fairly large for us to pick it up on camera like that.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child places.
Oh my God.
I know the mouth was wide open too.
I got
that. Was a lot of bugs. It was so bad. I leaned it. I thought that was the camera.
You thought it was what?
I thought that was a fuzzy camera. I'm like, why the camera look off? I'm waiting for somebody to fall off that machine. Like, why? What is going on here?
I'm itching.
All right. Who wins? Barely Made It, Cruise Control, Buzz Lightyear, or Down Under?
Barely Made It.
It doesn't matter, so I'm going to make them win.
Which one?
The boat.
Okay, the boat.
I'm going with the bear.
Oh, I forgot about the bear. Yeah, the bear. Sorry.
Eric, you going with the bear?
Yeah, I rock with the bear.
All right, Bears moving on. Barely Made It.
Oh my God. How do I shut this?
She grabbed that phone now.
Oh, of course, that's the lifeline. She got to order that Labubu.
Here we go.
That's a dozen, yeah, you know I'm the man. Trying out the favors, sticking with the plan. Wanna take you on a journey, show you how it's done. Lexus in the house, let's have some fun.
Been a while.
Welcome to my favorite segment. Welcome to my favorite segment of the show. This is an iconic segment that we don't bring out often, but when
we sure don't.
Yeah, we don't bring it out often, but we love to roll this one out. Now, today's one is very simple, right? I have another thing planned that I want to share with you guys eventually, but this one is something that I discovered today, and it really blew my mind. So I have been making tacos and nachos on a Tuesday night since 2013 when we started this show, right? That has just been my go-to meal. Like I love doing it, right? I learned today that I was doing it wrong. So when I make it, I use like the ground beef or whatever, and I get, you know, those taco seasoning packs. You guys use those when you make tacos?
Oil.
Say that again?
Nothing. You go.
Oh,
The Del Monte taco seasoning.
well, I use Taco Bell taco seasoning. So I usually just sprinkle the Taco Bell seasoning on there, or drain the grease, sprinkle the Taco Bell seasoning on there, mix it in, right? I learned today that you are actually supposed to separately do 3/4 cups of water, pour the taco seasoning in there, and mix it up.
Yeah.
And let it
And then
evaporate.
pour it on.
Yeah.
Like I have been eating sodium, bare sodium for 13 years at this point, just sticking sodium. That is out of control. So y'all knew that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Read the directions.
The thing is, like when I see it, it's just like, okay, it's a pack. So you just sprinkle the pack on there. Duh. That's how I gained all that weight. I'm like, I don't understand how I gained weight. I like eating tacos. Like,
I can guarantee it wasn't from
how.
food.
You don't think it was from the tacos time?
I'm telling you, that was it. That was
Keep looking. Keep looking.
So you never.
Keep on searching. Keep on searching.
So
I'm telling you, that was it.
So Dex, you never flipped the pack over and read the directions on the back?
No, I have common sense. So you just unzip it and you pour it on the thing.
So I can say, like, for people who like grew up cooking naturally in their like with their families, I can see why you wouldn't take the time to read the directions. A lot of things I taught myself how to make. So I would like read the directions on a lot of things. So that's why I know. But I could see that being a thing.
There's no excuse.
Yeah,
it is just so crazy to me that there literally is direct.
Did you try it today?
I mean, now you could if you do choose to make your tacos a little, more seasoned. That is a way to do it, but it's just not the manufacturer's instruction.
Can I tell you, I made tacos today the right way.
You thought it was bland?
I'm hooked on tacos. I was like, damn, I didn't even know tacos could taste this good.
Now they balanced. They're nice and balanced now.
I'm like, all it took was water. Wow.
So all them years you thought you were making salty tacos, all you needed was some water, bro.
It's like weird too, because like I would do it and I would be like, oh, it's seasoned, but then sometimes I'm like, I don't really taste the seasoning on there. And then you look at the pan, it's like at the bottom. Like it never clicked to me that it's.
You be cooking in Roman noodles? Do you empty out the water before you put the seasoning in?
I don't eat ramen noodles.
Roman. You gotta say Roman like they did.
I've never had that before.
You never had Roman noodles?
Never had them before?
Yeah, this is when the lies start.
All right, there we go. Dexter does it. You got to try them noodles.
No,
you need to try Roman noodles, like everyone's been talking about.
Significantly less sodium than those tacos you've been making.
Well, probably, but it's probably about the same. Noodles that are in a pack in a box in like a square, sitting on the shelf for 6 years. Like I'm not eating that.
Not for 6 years.
You not to eat that.
Not for 6 years.
Like they don't know, like
6 years.
Yeah, they don't expire.
With little mouse hairs in them and stuff.
I like that Oriental pack though. I haven't had that one in a while, but that one's really good.
I've never had that.
It's a blue pack. It's got the blue. Top.
Oh, I don't get creative with it, Jason. I used to stick with the red one. I hate creativity and poverty.
You get that orange pack and that red pack and call it a day.
Yeah, orange or pink. I think it was like the shrimp.
Pink is the shrimp. Yeah, pink is the shrimp. Red is that beef.
Yeah, I didn't do
beef. You ain't never did beef? Okay. Yeah. And then they got a roasted chicken one too. That one's like yellow orange.
Jason, you know a little too much about this.
I love Roman noodles. I still eat them today.
Currently?
Yeah, I got a pack right here, right next to me.
Dex, that should be our bet. If Diddy goes to jail, if
I got a pack right here, right next to me.
That should be our bet. That if Diddy gets time, you got to eat some ramen noodles for Diddy, because that's what he's gonna be eating.
That's a good bet.
That's what he's gonna be eating. Okay, and then if
that's what he's gonna be eating.
And if he doesn't go to jail, you have to get a Labubu and wear it to work. A cheap one, like a $6, and wear it to work.
Do they sell them at the flea market? Because I ain't spending no $80.
You can get at the flea market they sell what's called Lafufus. They're the fake Labubus, but they're called Lafufus. But kids recognize if you have a Lafufu.
Oh, it's I just want him to do. I want you to carry it around.
Does your daughter have a Labubu?
Yeah, my daughter has a Labubu.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard.
Hey, Jason, I need you to go to the swap meet and get me one if I lose the bet.
Get you a Lafufu? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
What we got to do? Shake on it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I got you. All right. Dex, thanks for that. Dexter does it, even though you didn't do anything but cook correctly.
I learned something new today.
We really appreciate it. Do you guys have any announcements? Anything you want to say to the people? Dex, anything you got going on?
You got a new book coming out, Dex?
No, nothing at the moment. I do have. We'll talk about it later. No, nothing at the moment, but I do have something to talk about to you guys about.
Something in the works. Okay.
Y'all not having nothing in the works is embarrassing. Y'all keep not
I
knowing.
have stuff in the works.
I do have some stuff in the works. I just can't talk about it yet. And you know how sometimes people be like, I can't talk about it yet because like legal stuff or whatever. I can't talk about it yet because it's not done.
Same. I will be speaking this weekend though at a men's seminar for my church. So if you're in the Santa Clarita area, it will not be live streamed. But if you're in the area, Los Angeles area,
if they're in California,
reach out. If you're there in California, he tells us this on a Tuesday.
It's on Saturday. You got a few days. All right. For Dex, for Ty, for Eric, for Bill, it's been an edition of Bro Talk Live. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Don't forget, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and X at Bro Talk Live, and we will see you guys next